For years upon years, the NBA has been the standard for top basketball players around the world to ply their trade against some of the best athletes of their time. Even though this year has been somewhat of an anomaly, the NBA still had 610 players that are currently signed or have played in the NBA this season. Compared to the general population of the world, there's a chance of 0.0000078%. So even when you think a player is a bust, they're still in the top 000, you get what I mean, percentage of people in this world are what they do. But although these players are great, there are some that are at the same level yet aren't in the NBA. Some of these players could just be role players, but others could be solid starters and have a solid role on a championship team. So this leads me to this video, as recently it has come to my attention that there is a player that is currently not in the NBA that any team would want on their team. And this isn't a college player because we never know how they'll translate. In fact, this player used to be in the NBA, but for other reasons, he's not. If you haven't figured it out by now, the best player who is not in the NBA is Nikola Mirotic. But before I get into this, I want to give a quick shout out to the reigning EuroLeague MVP, Vasilij Micic, and 3-time NBL MVP, Bryce Cotton, as the title for best player not in the NBA could rightfully go to one of these guys too. And if you'd like to see a video on one of these dudes, please let me know down below. So anyway, if you haven't heard of Nikola Mirotic, or if the name rings a bell, don't worry, because I'm here to give you a bit of a refresher. Nikola Mirotic is a 6'10", 30-year-old forward from Montenegro who currently plays for Spanish giants Barcelona. And like I said, if you're an NBA fan and the name rings a bell, well, you wouldn't be wrong, as Mirotic had a decent NBA career. He was selected with the 23rd overall pick by the Houston Rockets in the 2011 NBA draft. However, he wouldn't step on the NBA hardwood until the 2014-2015 season due to commitments to Real Madrid. The rise for his contract went through a couple of teams until he eventually ended up at the Chicago Bulls. From his rookie year, it was clear that he was no slouch. In fact, he managed to get into all-rookie first team alongside guys like Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Clarkson, and Nerlens Noel. He would go on to have a solid 5-year career in the NBA, playing for the likes of Chicago Bulls, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Milwaukee Bucks. His career averages in the NBA were 12.3 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in a predominantly off-the-bench role. Unfortunately for Mirotic, his NBA career was quite short-lived, although 5 seasons isn't terrible. But unlike many other players whose NBA careers fall short, his wasn't from teams not wanting him. In fact, it was the complete opposite. Teams did want Mirotic and his talents, but he just felt like he wasn't suited for the NBA. He would go on to say, the game was completely different. Games were played every other day, a more individual game, and what I had the hardest time understanding in the first season is that everything revolves around the star players of the team. Training, games, plays. First, it's them. They have to touch the ball, and then decide. It's already known who takes the last shots, and I don't understand why. If I'm breaking my face, maybe I deserve more shots. In the end, it was patience and training. Mirotic obviously had the talent to go with the best, but he didn't like the role he had. The way the NBA was played, even the role in this last team with the Bucks, frustrated him. Like here, in my last season, I knew what the team expected of me. My role was always the same. I was a player who was open to take shots, who made a pick and pop among the big guys. I was expected to score 10 points, take a couple of rebounds, and that's it. Nikola left money on a contract to play with the Utah Jazz, who would have been an amazing fit for him, but he said he had his mind set up before he got on the plane to see them, and that he would no longer play in the NBA. So what happened next? Well, he would pack his bags up and move to his former team's biggest rival and signing with Barcelona. Once Mirotic arrived at Barcelona, there was no looking back. In his first season with the Catalan side, he wasted no time. He was the Spanish League MVP, averaging 20 points, 5.8 rebounds on 52% shooting. He would then lead the team to the top spot in the regular season, winning 19 out of 23 games, but would unfortunately lose in the final game against Kiribati Baskonia. Unfortunately, due to COVID, Barcelona couldn't get far in the EuroLeague competition, while having the third best record. The season would ultimately get cancelled, having no winner at all. Although, there would have been a good chance for him to be EuroLeague MVP, being both in top 4 in points and rebounds. But hey, anything could have happened. During season number 2 for Mirotic, he would get most of his revenge. Sacrificing some of his minutes and averaging a little less on the box score, although he shot a crazy 48% from deep, Mirotic made sure he would show up in the big game in the finals. Rather than losing a big dance, Mirotic and Barcelona would beat rivals Real Madrid by more than 20 points en route to their 19th Spanish League championship. Led by Mirotic, who scored 27 points in the final game, he would then become Spanish League Finals MVP. This was a much-needed win, as only a few months earlier, Barcelona would finish second in the EuroLeague, after being favourites in the final, losing to Anadolu Efes, who was led by Vasilij Micic and former NBA player Shane Larkin. So now we are led to this current season, and while recording this, Mirotic and Barcelona are still on a magnificent run. They are currently behind Real Madrid in both the EuroLeague and the Spanish League, but have come out on top in the last meeting, with Mirotic leading the way with a 31-point, 10-rebound game. I'd like to think it's no surprise that Mirotic's goal this season is to win the EuroLeague, and it's quite possible that Barcelona could, with the help of the team from last year and some mid-season reinforcements like Dante Exum, they could really go all the way. And with Mirotic currently averaging 18 points on almost 60, 50, 90 shooting in the EuroLeague, you can see that he's a man on a mission. So could we see Nikola Mirotic back in the NBA? Well, I don't think it's impossible, but do I think it's likely? I don't think so. Like I said before, his experience in the NBA wasn't the greatest, and the only offer he would get would be to a role player in some sort of capacity. Mirotic believes he's more than that, and I can't really blame him. I mean, look what he's doing at Barcelona as the main man. I think that'd be an amazing second or third option for a contending team in the NBA, but would he want to sacrifice being the main man? I don't know, and if you guys have any suggestions, I'd love you guys to put it down in the comments below. But what I do know is that the pressure is on Barcelona. They are short on money, and they've already asked him to reduce his contract, which he already took a pay cut to initially go there. He's in his prime, and any team in the world would love to have his talents, but the only ones that can afford him probably be the top EuroLeague teams and any of those in the NBA. So where do you think he could end up? Could he make a last-minute dash to the NBA? Will he show loyalty to Barcelona and stick out his contract? Or could he take his talents to another team? Please let me know down below, as I'd love to hear it. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys today. It'd mean so much if you guys could like this video, subscribe to my channel, or even just leave a comment down below on what you think of Nikola Mirotic. Is he the best player not in the NBA? Can he win the EuroLeague this season? Or could he make a dash back in the NBA? Let me know down below, as I'd love to hear it. Cheers, and have a good one.